Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to this channel. This is Edwin Teaches. Today, we'll be teaching us how to make an Awolowo cap. We're teaching us how to make an Awolowo cap. Yeah. Um, the materials we'll be needing for this today's tutorial is we'll be needing our carry board. So we have different types of carry board. We have different types. So they are thicker than the other. One is thicker than the other. This one is an ITEX. So if you are using this type, then I'm going to be saying something about it later. Then we have another one which is very common. So this one, if you look at the thickness of the carry board, you can see that this one is thicker than the other one. It's thicker than this. And then we have other one that is called carryboard. If you look at it, it is the name written on it is carryboard. We used this one in the past, but presently this one is no more in the market. So I'll be saying something on all the carryboards that we have here, so that we'll not be having issue each time we are making our Awolowo cap. So aside carryboard, the other thing we are going to be needing is we need our fabric. The fabric, it could be ashoke or popularly known as Ofi in some part of southern part of the country here. So you can call it Ofi or they call it Ashoke. You can as well use other materials. You can use velvet, you can use senator materials and initial glue and the likes. So you can use different type of material to make this. But today we'll be making use of Ashoke. Then another thing we'll be needing our elastic, black elastic. That's the best. So you can use any other color, but white will not be preferable. White will not be okay because it will stay easily. So we have lining, then we have hammer, then we have tape rule, ruler, scissors, and we have nets. Then this is brush. So and then we have our gun. So I'll be using best buns for this. I'm not making them. I'm not promoting any name brand anyway, but this is the actual one I'll be using today. Although we have different FO stick we use, but this is the product we have at present. So let's go to the chase now. So for our measurements, the measurement of my client here is 21 and half. 21 and half is the measurement of my client, and then I will measure from here. And then the Awolowo cap, the actual height of our cap is 2.5. That is two and a half. That's the normal height we normally use. But if you want to make for kids, you can use 2 or 2 quarter. You can use 2 or 2 quarter. So it will make sense. It will not make sense when you use the same height you use for normal Awolowo cap for kids too. It will not make sense. But then when you use 2 or 2 quarter, it will make sense. But the normal Awolowo cap, the height is 2.5. And sometimes we make some caps that are more than them. Awolowo caps too that are more than two. You can use 2.5 quarter, we use three. We use 3.5 quarter, we use four. So we'll be showing video on those ones later. So we use four too, and then it makes sense. So yeah, so I have the height here to be 2.5. 2.5. So I'm using items now. So now I will measure the length, the circumference of the edge of my client is 21 and half. 21 and half. This is 21 and half. 21 and half here. So now we are going to add, you have to pay attention here. We are going to add 0.3. After this half now, 1, 2, 3. You are going to add 0.3. After that half, you are going to add 0.3. 1, 2, 3. For this carryboard, so you are going to add that. You are going to add that. If it is normal carryboard we are using, the actual carryboard they write carryboard on. So you are going to add them quarter. It is going to be quarter. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. That is what you are going to add for ease. So that is what you are going to add so that the cap will not be tight. If you use actual 21 and a half, sincerely, your customer will be having headache each time they put on the cap. So, but if you are using this thick type, that is very common, thick type, please add 0.5. Add 0.5, that is half. as is there, so that the cap will not be too tight on the edge. I will tell you the reason why you have to add this. When you are done at the end of the day, you will fold this thing. You will fold this. You fold this inward. So this one will take part of the space. Yes, it will take part of the space. And at the end of the day, when you use elastics to cover it up, to do the finishing, this one will also add to the thickness of the cap. It will reduce the actual measurements, and that's the reason why you have to add those measurements. At least you must add quarter. At least you must add quarter to it, so that but it now depends on the carryboard, but at least you must add quarter to it. So I'm adding 0.3 to this one. So I have 0.3, and that one will give me my actual measurement there. Then I will mark it. So after this, I will now add joining allowance. Joining allowance. So that one could be one, it could be 1/4, it could be 1.5, depending on how you want it. But I will be using 1/4 here. So I will just mark it. Hope we are following. So having done this, then you will cut it out. Then this is what we have. This is the actual measurement now. So the next thing you are going to do, you are now going to fold this. Fold it. You see, fold it like this, then to mark the other side where you are going to join it. So mark this other side. So this is the area where you are going to apply your gum. You apply your gum here and here. So let me quickly apply the gum so that we'll be doing the things simultaneously. So I will apply gum here. Shouldn't exceed that training parts, that line anyway. So we are done with our carryboard. So let's now move on to the fabric. So you let the gum dry a bit before you continue using it. Yeah. So now let's now move on to the carryboard now, to the fabric now. So you can see this fabric is of different colors there. We have different colors on the fabric. So just the same way, I have the head of my client is 21 and a half. 21 and a half. This is 21 and a half. So the same way I've added 0.3 to heat. So I'll be adding 0.3 to heat too. I'll be adding to the fabric too. So I'll place it here like this. So I will let it be on fold. Then I will now place it on my fabric. So I will place it on my fabric. Then I will mark out place it on my fabric. Then I will mark out the actual measurements. So leaving little allowance for joining allowance. So I'll be using my ruler. So don't forget the height of our roll cap is 2.5. So for this one, for the fabric now, fabric is measuring 4. Measure 4 on the fabric. Measure 4 on the fabric. So when you measure 4 on the fabric, then it now depends on how you want it. If you want this part to appear or this part to appear, it depends on how you want it. But I'll be leaving this. I'll be using this side. This side. So I'll measure 4. So coincidentally, I have this on this line. So I will just cut this one out. So while doing this, make sure that these lines, make sure they tally at the other side here. And we sew this side. Sew it together, we join it. Then this side is this one. You can see. So to make your work beautiful, you have to be calculative. In the sense that, this side, this what I have here, it will not be enough to make the head of the cap. Actually, it is not going to be enough, sure. So if I want to cut out the head, so let me cut everything at once so that we will not going back to the swing table again. So I will just, instead of, I will join this one to this side. So that at least I will have this pattern here and this pattern here. It will just be like a design. So you understand now? So there are some other design. If it is were to be plain materials, we will just cut this one into 2. So you will join to this side and you will join to the both sides, so that that joining will also form a design on your cap. So I'm going to show you some samples at the end of the day. So I'll be joining this one, only this side now. I'll be joining this one. So I'll move on to the joining to the sewing machine and join this and we continue. This is what we have. So this is what we have. I have enough verses so that I will just cut it off. Then you will open up this. You will open up this piece. You open it up, then you turn it. Then if you like, you can apply gun here. You can apply gun here so that it will hold this place down. But I will add that one later. So this one too, you will open it up. You will open it up. Then it's now time to fix. So if you look at it now, the gum is already dry. You let it dry, so that the thing will not be melting on your palm again. So the next thing is start to put a carry board inside the fabric. So how do we do that? Fold it. If you like, you can join this one first, but I don't normally do that. So I will fold it like this. Then I will come. I will put it inside like this. Then I will put it. So this is what I have. This is what I have. So I'll make sure that the carry board is balanced inside the fabric. So the allowance I have here, I'll make sure I have the same allowance at the other side here. So the next thing is just to apply gum. We apply gum so that we join this. So let's quickly apply gum. So it is dry. Then the next thing is just fold it inward. Make sure it's clenched to the edge of the carry board. Make sure the just to make sure that you shape the cap now. Make sure you shape it in such a way that everything will be balanced. So we have front here, we have back here. This is joining. Here we have joining. Joining is here. The joining is here. So then we have two types of shapes. So we have round shape. Some people make round shape, although it's not the best shape anyway. So round will not be fit on every customer. So round will not be fit on every customer. But the best shape you can use is just to use oval shape. Use oval shape. So while doing that, just you have it round like this. Just make sure that you stretch it a bit like this. You can see when you stretch it a bit like this, so it will form oval. So when you have oval shape, then try to adjust it so that everything will be perfect. Form normal perfect oval shape. So when you have this oval shape, it works on every client. So this one works perfectly on every client, and then the result is always very beautiful. So it is now to bring out the cover of the cap. So I put it here. I will try to justify the allowance I have here, what I have here. I will try to justify it so that at least form the kind of design. So I have this oval shape. Then what will I do? I will mark from inside. I will hold it down, then mark from inside. Although I have template for it, we have different sizes for this cover. We cut it out. We try to manipulate it and cut it out. So each time we want to work on it, we just put the template on the fabric, then we cut it out. So we don't have stress again. We don't stress ourselves again. So now this is what we have. So when you have this, then the next thing is just to add the allowance. So half is allowance we are going to have. We add half. So it must be uniform. Add half round like that. It must be uniform. We report it. So that's the thickness of the foam we use. This is a half inch thickness. So uh, those people that are selling furniture materials, they sell this thing. Just tell them you want to buy foam of half inch. So the thickness is half inch. So we are going to make use of foam here. Yeah. So you are going to trace out the shape of your cover. You trace it out on the, and what do we do? We apply gum on it. Gum when you are done with it, so that you're not dry. So we let it dry. So the moment it's dry, then we gum gum it together. So we have another result now. So we can gum it together. So we place it gently, then before applying gum, I make sure that I trace it out, then I put this thing on it before gumming it, so that at least we have the best result. We So the next thing we are going to have now, what we are going to do is just to put net. It is good you put net. Sincerely, you can't compare when you had net to the one that you did not have net. You can't compare it. This net standard as a skeleton for body. So just as the way we have skeleton for the body, so we have net for the skeleton of this cap. So this is the backbone of this cap that bring out the beauty. So you can't compare. So don't compromise the standard. So you can never compare it. You are going to see empty results when you had when we finish this work now. So how do we add net? So just place your net on it like this. Then you apply gum. You can apply it now. So we just set this. Just set it. So you can see the way I put it now. So this is where we make use of our. You can use your scissors if you like, but we have the complete for so we use hammer. So now to bring out the beauty of your cap, it's just for the edge, for the cover to have a dome shape. They have dome shape, just like this. So now, how do we bring the beauty of that? How do we make it have a dome shape? It is very easy and simple. So you just make sure that you use your foam, you place your foam on the floor or wherever. So you can see now, you can see if I press this thing now, you can see it's going to down through. It is going to down through here. So that is what you are going to do. You place this here, then you will scratch it like this. You can see it goes inward. So when it goes inward, definitely the shape this net we hold it down. So and then the shape will stick. So you won't have issue again. So you can see now. So that is what brings the beauty of the cap. You can see. So you can see the shape we are talking about now. So in fact, sometimes if there are rumples on this um, fabric initially, the moment you do that one, the moment you do this very well, then that place will become shining and then it will be very neat as if you iron the fabric. So that's the beauty of it. So the next thing is just to trim it out. You trim it out. Yeah, this is what we have. So you can see the shape already. We are having our result already. So the next thing is just to apply gum at the edge here. Apply gum at the edge. Let it dry. So then we are going to press this and then you bring this thing together. Make sure you bring in the the foam should be inside so that you have a sharp edge. Sharp edge. You press. You can see. You can see the way I'm pressing it. So the foam at the edge again. So the next thing is just to put it here. You can see. Next thing is just to put it here. So we have our result. So the next thing now is just to apply gum on the edge of this, then on this one too. You have to apply gum on the both. So I'll be applying it on this place first. Apply gum here at the edge. Now, to apply gum on this fabric, so you have to be careful so that you have perfect finishing, so that you will not be having stain at the edge here. So how do we apply that? So you will just apply like quarter, just like quarter, just the edge, just the edge. You can see that's the just only area where you are going to apply the gum, just the edge, the very edge, so that you will have perfect finishing. So you allow it to dry. Yeah, to some extent now, it is dry to some extent. The reason why you have to allow it to dry very well because so that it will be easy to position when you want to fix it. So it will be easy to position. So you put this one like this. Here is where you apply your gum, then you put it like this. Then put this one inside. So don't forget you just stretch this like this. Whichever way you want it. So I'm just putting this like this. Then I'll push it gently like that. Gently, gently. You can see. Push it gently. Then I'll now turn it to this side. Then I'm going to work on this side first. I push this one. Don't forget there is gum there. So to the edge where the gum reflects. So to that point where you have gum. So you put this one. The reason why you have to let it dry very well so that it will not be sticking, it will not be disturbing you. So push it to the point where you have your gum. At this point where you have the gum. Then the same thing at this side too. So just do it gently. Do it gently. Then you can see. You can see. So the exact point where you have gum. So when you get to where you have gum, then you stop it. That's the tip. That's the tip of the cover. So then you can see I have little this thing here, so I have to pocket it a bit. Are you getting it? So I have it, so I'll just pocket it. So I'll pocket it here. So just the same way. So nothing like stain. And then the edge will be very perfect. So you can see the shape. You see the shape. Do it gently. That is what brings the beauty of your cap. So I never compromise this standard. So that's what brings the beauty of this cap. So you have this. This is what we have already. You can see. So the next thing you are going to do, the beauty of the next thing you are going to make use the hammer for is just turn it this, and then we are going to hit it. That this thing we do what we gum very well. So it will not make sense doing this on this table very well. So we are done. You can see the inside. So you can never compromise this, and that's the reason why you cannot compare the standard of our hub with this thing. So you can as well emulate this. You don't bother about probably the result, and the process is a bit tedious, but mind the result. The result is it's what it's. So look at the edge. You cannot even see that something is joined here. You can never see it. So you can see how perfect everything is. So that's the beauty. So the next thing we are going to do is just to cover this place up, so that we have it will be very easy for us to apply our lining. So we are going to cover this thing up. So there are two ways there. There are two steps there. So there are two important things there. So the first thing is just to provide support for this one. Then we cover this side. So what do we use to cover this place up? We lining this before the normal lining. So we use carton, carton. This carton, that is what we use. You can use many part of the carton anyway. So but this place is very okay because it seems gummy. So we are going to cut the size that you want to cover up. So I have like two. Two is okay. So just cut the size two of this. Then apply gum on it. Then you do that. It's a bit dry, so you can now apply this. How do we apply it? Let it be at the edge of this where the fabric terminates here. Then you stretch it round like that. On it is. Then you will now apply gum on this. So how do we cut the size of the lining? So this is how we cut the size of the lining. We measure from here, diagonally. So you may want to do a curve that is bigger than this, so that this one will give you accurate result. From here, you can see, place it like this. Then you measure to the other side here. So you can use approximate value. So this is a 11 and a half. I have from here to this side, I have 11 and a half. So I cut 11 and a half. Then if I measure to this side, you measure diagonally. So if I measure to this side, from here to this side, although we have standard measurement for everything since we are not new in doing it. So you can see this one. I can say it is a 9.5 quarter. So 9.5 quarter. So I'll be cutting 11.5 by 9.5 quarter for my lining. So I'll fold this, then I'll fold this again. Then I'll make sure that I iron it. It is good you iron it. So 11, 11 and a half. 11 and a half. That is six. This 5.5 quarter. Then I have 9.5 quarter. So I can have this. So this is what I have. So I'll bring out this. I'll bring out this. So that is what we have. So I just cover it, then cut it out inside what we have here to side perfectly inside it. So we are now going to apply gum. We apply gum on this. How do we apply gum? So you iron it. So when you iron it, apply gum on this. You can see when you want to put this thing, this place will sit inside easily compared to this side. You'll be having problem with it. So apply gum here so that you'll be able to put this one, it will sit inside. So apply gum. So let's quickly at the lining to the cap. You can now fix the lining to the cap. So now, how do we fix it easily? So you will try to pick the center of this cap. Pick the center. Try to pick the center. So if I look at it, the center of this cap is here. Try to get the center of the cap. That's the center of the cap. If you look at it very well. So you will now take this. You can see the shape is like this. So take this. Make sure you dip it to the center. So this side, the center of this one must be coincide with the center of the other one. Of the, you can see. So the moment the center matches like that, then we are good to go. So then we have we have diagonal 4 line like this. So you will trim this one, you will trace this one like this. Then this other side too, you follow that path. We have been having issue with it. I think it should be clear now. So this side too, you follow that path. Then this side too. This side too. Then we do the same thing. You can see. So the next thing is just to straight it up and start bringing the lining to the edge, to the corner rather. So use your this thing now, your finger to make sure that it's come to the bottom of the cap. Then the next thing is just to this remaining one, Then try to stretch it and then make sure that everything is neat. So just have this. So don't bother yourself too much. So you have this. You can see I'll be pleating it, overlapping it. So I'll be stretching it. So this place is stretched. So I have knit, then I will overlap this. So hope you are seeing it clearly. So I will overlap it. You can see, you can see what I have already. See what I have? I'm not yet done. So these SSs I have here, I'm going to trim them out. I'm going to trim them out. So I trim this one out. These SSs I have here. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So better result. I always have to do this. I'm using this so that the lining is done very well and then we have a very perfect inside. As it is shining already. So the next thing is just to knit all these bumpers here. You have to take them away. How do we do that? It is very simple. It's very simple. So get a broom or probably a tiny brush. Get a broom. Then apply gum on it. Then apply gum on that area. Only on the lining. Only on the lining. Don't let it stay. Only on the lining. So only on this. So apply it to every aspect. Here you have that thing. Here you have that one. Let it dry, then you're done. You're almost done. Beauty, you can see. So you have to secure the edge using elastic. That's the finishing. So that's the last part of it. So you have to secure the edge. So we cut the same size of the measurement. So it is 21 and a half. So you cut 21 and a half. And it resize perfectly. So because the thing has reduced. So you can even have SSD. Don't forget it is elastic. So you have 21 now. Then we are going to apply gum. Then we apply gum here. So while applying gum here, make sure that you apply gum on this fabric and then a little bit part of this. It shouldn't be the wideness. The area where you are going to apply gum shouldn't be more than shouldn't be wider than one because the distance is one. The wideness of the elastic is one. So make sure that it doesn't more than one. So if it is convenient in the light, you can just chop it around. But this is not. So what we do. First of all, apply the gum on the fabric. You can see. Just one. So we now apply gum on this elastic too. So it is dry. So we can now go this thing is dry. So I now gum it. So then I have this cut research. Then from starting so it is now time for us to gum this thing. Don't forget to give this video thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And make sure you turn on the notification bell so that each time we drop a very useful video like this, you will be notified. Um, and don't forget to drop us comments in the comment section if there is any question or if you like how you feel about this video. this kind label so that at least this that will cheer us up and then do more. And so start going it. You can see it is that is that. So this it make sure it matches the edge. Then don't stretch the elastic, please. Don't stretch it. Yes, yes. See, that's it. So don't just leave it like that. So make sure that you apply hammer on it. Make sure you hit it and so that it will be very strong and then it will last longer than the way it should be. So you can see. So look at the inside of our cap. Look at how neat and thing is. Look at the edge. You can see. So this is how we make our lower cap. So this is the beauty of the cap now. You can see you cannot compromise the standards. So don't forget to give this video thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and then comment in the comment section, and then turn on the notification bell so that each time we drop a lovely video like this, we will be notified. Thank you for watching.